What's up, you guys? Welcome back and welcome if you're new. In today's video, we're going to be talking about different ways you can carry water whenever you do go off-road or camping or anything like that. All of these ways are very affordable, all under 250 bucks, so keep that in mind. Let's get into the video if you guys are interested. Alright, you guys, so like I said, today we're going to be talking about different ways, and these are going to be the ways that I've actually carried water in the past, so I do have different experiences with all of these that I'm going to share today. So the first way, when I first got into camping, off-road, stuff like that, the way I would carry water was actually just water bottles and a jug like this. I'd fill it up, and that was basically my water if I needed to wash dishes, wash my hands, anything like that, and it also served for drinking water. And that kind of got old because sometimes it would spill over, it'd crack, and it sucked. And of course, as we all know, I mean, it's plastic, so it does heat up really quick. I didn't like that. So then I ended up switching over to a big, I think it was like a 5 or 10 gallon bag that Amazon does sell. And it came with like a little shower type head. So I thought that was very cool because I can go ahead and shower, you know, wash the dishes, all that cool stuff that you need to do when you guys are out camping for a couple days. That same thing, it did get old, and only reason that got old because every time I had to fill it up, it sucked because it literally was a bag. So imagine filling up a 5 to 10 gallon bag and try to carry it just like that and throw it into the truck. It got really old really fast, and it took up a lot of space back here. So it sucked. So then I ended up switching over to a company called Rinse Kit. So if you guys have ever heard of that company, they've grown a lot since I started with them. So I know they're a lot better now, but when I started with them, it sucked because you had to like pump it, and then that way you could go ahead and take the water out. It was just a lot of work. And it only held, I think, like 2 gallons at the time, so it wasn't a lot of water. And then from there, I ended up upgrading to a Easy Sink, which is a 5 gallon basically bucket with a pump and everything like that. And it also had a soap dispenser. So when I got that, everything kind of changed and everything was a lot better. Only downside to that one, overall, like I said, it was good, but the downside to it is when I had to go off-road, we all know it gets bumpy, you get tossed around sometimes, depending on what you're doing. If you're doing trails, since it was just a bucket with a lid, that was staying solid. The part where I'd get a lot of water spilling out from was in the middle where the actual head of the Easy Sink was coming out. Water would just spill everywhere. So everything that was around me, including my seats, carpet, was always getting wet. So I started throwing it in the back over here, and then I'd start getting everything wet back here, especially when I had backpacks and stuff like that. So that, of course, got old. So then I ended up upgrading to this Dometic. This thing is super enclosed, it doesn't spill, it's really easy to use, and it has its own built-in pump, which this is the pump, and it's rechargeable. So it does come with a charger. Everything is very solid, it's BPA safe, so I really liked this. Now, the only downside to it is it does not carry a lot of water. As you guys can see, it's pretty small. So if you guys are out camping for a couple days, you guys are washing your hands, taking a shower, washing your dishes, it does suck a little bit because, like I said, it's not holding a lot of water. Overall design of it, though, is freaking awesome. It does have handles, it works well. So I'm not tired of it, but I do want to implement this same concept onto something bigger. So that's where this video came into play. So what I ended up getting was this Ironman 4x4 40-liter 10.6 gallon jug. So as you guys can see, this thing it's massive. And another thing you're gonna notice is it's very skinny. So as you guys can see, so it is tall, it's big, but it's skinny. So with that being said, this is gonna be something that I'm gonna hard mount onto the Tacoma. And with that being said, I'm gonna show you guys how I do it. But basically, you're gonna notice there's 2 holes here. This actually fits literally right in the dead center of the Tacomas right there. And as you guys can see, I do have a bed rail. So what I'm gonna be doing is I'm gonna get some bolts, and basically this is gonna be mounted onto that bed rail there. So that's gonna be nice and secure. This is where it's going to be mounted. And as you can see, these are the holes I was talking about. And they actually line up very well with the actual bed rail that I do have here. So I'm gonna have to get some of the T-slot nuts to go in here. And then I'm gonna have to get, of course, a long enough bolt that'll reach from here inwards, and then I'll make some type of bracket to hold this in place. And that's why I was saying I do need to go ahead and run that line somewhere so I could drain out the water when needed. Of course, I'm gonna use bolts here, so that way if I do wanna go ahead and take it out and drain it out, I can. But that's basically what I'm gonna be doing here. If you guys do have like a 4Runner or any other thing like that, you guys can probably place it in the back seat somehow, in between like your trunk area and the back seat. But that's what I'm going to be doing with this bad boy. You could do it differently. And if you guys do want it, description box below. And then keep in mind, I'm still going to build out the Tacoma like I had said, with the couch on one side, kitchen on one side. Right there in the center, there's going to be a small bench as well. So that's also going to help hold this in place so it doesn't bounce around when I'm off-road. So with that being said, that's kind of where this idea came into play. That's the way it's going to be mounted, and it's 10.6 gallons. So now I will be able to carry a lot more water, and this is going to work both for my shower. As you guys can see, it's open right now. That's my shower tent from Kick-Ass. Still love that thing. And it's also going to work for my sink. So yes, I'm going to integrate it to work with my sink that I'm going to build back here, so I can wash dishes, wash my hands, stuff like that. And also just water. I don't think I'm ever going to go through the 10 gallons, but it's always better to have more than less. So with that being said, the way I'm going to make this work, because when you get it, you're going to notice this does not come with the pump. It does not come really with anything. It's just a big gallon jug here to hold water. But we're going to be designing some stuff onto this. Keep in mind, this is BPA safe. So with that being said, you can actually put drinks in here and you should be okay. I'd highly recommend rinsing it out very, very, very well before you actually use it though. But it is BPA safe. So there you guys go if you guys want to utilize it for that. I just want it for my dishes and of course to shower and wash my hands. So I could put regular hose water into this. But what I'm going to be implementing onto this bad boy is kind of the same design that Dometic did. It's just going to be onto that. So on my Dometic, I can actually take this off, and this hose right here actually does pop off with the button. So we're going to put that to the side, and we're going to be integrating this into that. Of course, I don't think Ironman is going to want me to really do this, but this is how it's going to work for me. You can also buy pumps and stuff like that, but I wanted to go ahead and save money and just kind of use what I already have. And I love this feature of this one. So since this is going to be what I'm going to use for my sink, this is going to be the head of it. Might as well start working on it now. So basically with this, I ended up having to also buy some stuff at Home Depot, which are these lines here. And this was just a little valve that's gonna fit onto this hose, which is a 5/8 inch OD to a 1/2 inch ID, in case you guys are curious as far as the sizing of that. So with the little valve, this is actually gonna go into here. And then this here on the other side, if you notice on the bottom of this Ironman tank has like this nipple. So basically this is gonna go into here. Hopefully this works out. This is just an idea I have. I don't know if it's gonna work or not. I'm just showing you guys what I'm going to do with this tank. This is gonna be my sink actual, nozzle. And that's what basically I'm going to do there. Also, in the future, I'm going to be getting a water heater. So with that water heater, I'm going to find a way to also implement it to go into this somehow. I don't know yet how I'm going to do it. Maybe I'll do a tee off from this, but basically then that way I could go ahead and also have hot water out in my shower tent over there. So that'll be a different video, but I just wanted to explain what I'm going to do with it. All right, you guys, so I know today's video was very quick. I just wanted to show you guys an idea that I came up with and a cool thing that I did come across, which is this big jug. So if you guys do want to go ahead and purchase it, check it out in the description box below. If you guys have been wondering on how to carry more water or anything like that, this might be your best solution. One thing that I did wish Ironman did implement was the pump itself, so I don't have to do this, what I'm going to do. But I mean, hey, there it is. If you guys do want a way of carrying, keep in mind, the way you can do it, if you guys don't want to do all this jerry rigging like I'm doing, you can just actually utilize this just like that with the valve, put it there and route this hose somewhere, and then you guys can drain out the water like that. Only thing doing it that way is you're not going to have a lot of pressure. Water will come out, especially since it's from the bottom. All the water will be really circulating, but you're not going to have the pressure needed to when you want to wash dishes, wash your hands, anything like that. So just keep that in mind. Now, if you guys are probably going to use it just for drinks, then of course I'd say just use it like that. That would come more in handy. But if you guys do want to go ahead and get this, like I said, description box below. If you guys did like today's quick video, please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. We'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.
JesseRizo is here for you. It's here for you. Like I said, it's super simple. Please feel free to subscribe.